fantastic woman, a true patriot, Laura Loomer. Laura, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Laura.
Every damn day we see another story about illegal aliens going to the Ritz-Carlton, illegal aliens getting free flights, illegal aliens getting free clothes and free cell phones, and someone's going to snap. Kamala Harris gets elected as president of the United States. We are going to have an Islamic caliphate in this country.
Did you know that Bill Maher's recent roast of Melania Trump caused Trump to demand an apology and threaten legal action? It's true. The man who dishes out insults like candy on Halloween can't take a joke himself. But here's the real shocker. Laura Loomer, not to be outdone, filed a $150 million lawsuit against Maher and HBO. That's right, $150 million for a few jokes. Looks like some people really can't handle a little comedy. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Bill Maher's been at it again, folks. This time he set his comedic crosshairs on none other than Melania Trump, and boy did he go for the jugular. Maher kicked off his routine by comparing Melania's life to a prison sentence. Talk about a golden cage, right? He joked that her favorite movie must be The Great Escape. I mean, can you blame her? Living in the White House with Donald Trump sounds like a life sentence without parole. But Maher didn't stop there. He claimed Melania can hold her breath for 90 seconds. Now, I'm not saying that's a useful skill when you're married to Trump, but actually, yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Imagine the smell of spray tan in McDonald's fries. Yuck. The comedian painted a picture of Melania's apparent unhappiness in the White House.
Melania Trump has been in the news a lot lately. I was talking about her in the monologue, and she's on the cover of Us Weekly with this cover, my side of the story. All the stars do it. Tim Gunn has done it. You have his, he'll be out here in a minute. And I did it. It's practically a rite of passage. You have mine, there you go. In Slovenia, I was a catalog model, which is what you call a model you order out of a catalog. I have no first language. I hope I inspire little girls everywhere to marry for money.
Who knew living in a mansion could be so tough? Oh wait, we all did. It's not the house, it's the company, right? Maher's punchlines hit harder than Trump's golf swing, which, let's be honest, isn't saying much. He suggested Melania should take the Trump name off like those buildings around the world. Ouch, that's gotta sting more than the wax Trump uses on his, well, everything. The audience was in stitches as Maher mimicked Melania's potential escape plan. Picture this, a tunnel dug with a spoon from Mar-a-Lago's kitchen. Hey, if Andy Dufresne could do it in Shawshank, why not Melania from the gaudy Gold Palace? As the tension built, Maher delivered his knockout blow. You can end this reign of terror now, Melania. The crowd went wild. I haven't heard cheering like that since Trump lost the election. But little did Maher know, his jokes were about to spark a presidential meltdown of epic proportions.
I copied this list from Michelle Obama. Sometimes when I bounce light off my diamond, Donald's hair will chase it like a cat. I wish I knew why I have a recurring dream I'm pinned beneath a giant orange sack of shit. And if I could tell my younger self just one thing, it would be this. If you catch a leprechaun and he gives you one wish, be more specific.
Trump never wanted to take a joke lying down, or standing up, or sitting, or in any position really, was about to unleash a Twitter storm that would make a Category 5 hurricane look like a gentle breeze. You see, while Melania might be able to hold her breath for 90 seconds, Trump can't hold his tweets for even 90 milliseconds. It's like his fingers have a direct connection to the rage center of his brain, bypassing any filters or common sense. And let's not forget about Laura Loomer, the right-wing activist who's always ready to jump into the fray. She's like a political version of those inflatable tube men you see outside car dealerships. Lots of flailing, not much substance. So there we have it, folks. Bill Maher, armed with nothing but a microphone and a wicked sense of humor, took on the mighty Melania Trump, and in doing so, he managed to poke the orange bear and rile up his supporters. It's like throwing a stone at a hornet's nest, except the hornets are wearing red caps and tweeting in all caps. Well, it looks like our favorite orange-tinted ex-president couldn't resist jumping into the comedy fray.
As a child, I had 2 of my Bratz dolls deported. My hobby is refurbishing vintage lawn jockeys. People think I'm all in on Trump, but some of the voices in my head like Jill Stein. I think Michael Jackson faked the moonwalking.
Trump, probably sitting on his golden throne, stumbled upon news of Maher's routine and decided to turn his caps lock key into a weapon of mass distraction. But here's the kicker. How do you defend yourself against jokes you claim you've never heard? That's right, in a fit of rage that would make a toddler look like a Zen master, Trump claimed he had never watched Maher's show. It's like saying you've never eaten a hamburger while wearing a I Heart Big Macs t-shirt. The contradiction was so obvious, it practically slapped us in the face with a rubber chicken. But wait, there's more. Instead of laughing it off like a normal person, Trump went full nuclear. He took the Truth Social faster than you can say "Kofef," demanding an apology from Maher. Because apparently comedians now need presidential approval for their jokes. What's next? A Department of Humor and Satire regulation? As Trump's thumbs worked overtime, his supporters flooded social media, ready to defend their leader's honor. It was like watching an army of angry Oompa Loompas on a mission, tweeting in all caps and probably misspelling fake news in the process. But the true comedy gold came when Trump threatened legal action against Maher. Nothing says I can take a joke like suing a comedian, right? It's like trying to sue a mirror for showing your reflection. The irony was so thick you could spread it on toast. As the meltdown intensified, Trump's posts became more and more unhinged. It was like watching a train wreck in 280 characters or less. Each tweet was a masterpiece of caps lock abuse and creative punctuation. You could almost hear the tiny violins playing in the background as he typed. The media, always hungry for a good Trump tantrum, pounced on the story faster than Trump on a bucket of KFC.
This Laura Loomer, I don't know if you know anything about her, but I mean, this is, yeah, I mean, I want to go through the list of conspiracy theorists, but we thought this would be a good week to get the audience to know her a little better. My biggest fear is immigrants taking my job as a right-wing hate monger. I don't hate all brown people, just the brown ones. For example, my spirit animal was eaten by Haitians.
CNN, MSNBC, and even Fox News picked up the story, giving Maher's routine more airtime than a rerun of The Apprentice. It was like Christmas came early for late-night comedians. But here's the real punchline. Trump's Twitter tirade backfired spectacularly. Instead of shutting Maher up, it gave him more material than a fabric store during a quilting convention. Maher's ratings skyrocketed, proving once again that there's no such thing as bad publicity, unless you're the one throwing the tantrum. This whole debacle is just another chapter in the ongoing saga of Trump versus comedy. Remember his meltdowns over SNL skits? Or his reaction to the White House correspondents' dinner? It's like he's allergic to laughter, unless it's at someone else's expense, of course. Just when you thought the Trump-Maher comedy show couldn't get any crazier, in struts Laura Loomer, ready to sue her way into the spotlight. Apparently Bill Maher made a little joke about Loomer having a special relationship with Donald Trump, and boy oh boy did that set off a firestorm. Loomer, who's about as good at taking a joke as Trump is at keeping his thoughts to himself, went absolutely bonkers. She didn't just demand a public apology from Maher. Oh no, that would be too simple. She wanted an invitation to his show too, because nothing says, I can take a joke, like demanding airtime to prove you can't. But wait, there's more. Loomer decided to slap Maher and HBO with a $150 million lawsuit. That's right, folks. $150 million for hurting her feelings. Talk about inflation hitting the lawsuit market. I guess in Loomer's world, the price of a sense of humor has skyrocketed. As you can imagine, social media exploded faster than Trump's temper at a fact-checking convention. Memes about the alleged Loomer-Trump relationship spread like wildfire. Twitter was flooded with hashtags like #Loomer Lover and #Trash Trump's Tinder Nightmare. It was a meme-pocalypse. The internet hadn't seen this much action since Kafif Gate. Other comedians couldn't resist jumping on the Loomer bandwagon. Jimmy Kimmel joked that Loomer was suing for emotional distress caused by excessive laughter. Stephen Colbert probably wished he'd thought of the special relationship joke first. It was like Christmas came early for late-night hosts. But here's the kicker. Instead of shutting Maher up, the lawsuit gave him more material than a politician at at a lying contest. It's like trying to put out a fire with gasoline-soaked dollar bills. Maher, being the comedy genius he is, incorporated the lawsuit into his next show. He thanked Loomer for the free publicity, quipping he hadn't had this much attention since suggesting Trump's hair isn't 100% real. Now, for those who don't know, Laura Loomer isn't just your average lawsuit-happy citizen. She's known for her controversial views and has been banned from various social media platforms for her statements. It's like she's trying to collect bans the way some people collect stamps. And now she's added suing comedians to her resume. What's next? Suing dictionaries for defining joke? As the dust settles, Maher finds himself with sky-high ratings. Turns out all he needed was a little help from his favorite punching bags. It's like Trump and Loomer are secretly working for Maher's PR team. If they keep this up, Maher might need to send them a thank you basket, filled with jokes about them, of course. Well, it looks like Bill Maher's comedy routine did more than just tickle our funny bones. It hit Trump right where it hurts, his ego. Experts say Maher's jokes expose just how thin-skinned our former president really is. Who knew a few well-placed jabs could make such a big orange splash? But here's the kicker. While Trump was busy throwing a Twitter tantrum, Maher was laughing all the way to the ratings bank. Turns out, nothing boosts viewership quite like a presidential meltdown. And let's not forget about Laura Loomer jumping into the fray with her lawsuit. Talk about comedy gold. In the end, Maher's sharp wit proved too much for Trump's Twitter fingers and Loomer's legal shenanigans. Remember, if you can't take a joke, maybe politics isn't your best career choice. Orange, you glad you're not Trump right now? Yeah, I'll see myself out.